We back. I hope you all had a Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas is over.
Yes, I hope you had a very, very festive and relaxing time. And we are now in what is referred to as
summer.
Yeah, I'm stretching out the last of my Xmas jumpers, and you've gone full.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like you and Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys had a breakdown.
yeah.
When he used to just sit in a sand pit and shit himself all day long.
Yeah, well, we've all shot ourselves in a sand pit. No, it was a ball pit. I did it in. Shoot yourself in a ball pit's a real fucking hassle.
What I propose is because if you listen to the last episode, and why wouldn't you? We've not had any time apart because we're just recording these back to back because we were both going away home for Christmas.
I changed.
Yes,
we changed.
This is the magic of
television for you guys. And, even though we also told you.
Yeah.
So there was no point in changing.
Yeah. There is no fourth wall. I propose, because we've got fuck all that's happened in between.
Yes.
As a catch up, and because I have a feeling we both have a lot to say on today's film. I reckon we get straight into it. The first time we've got straight into
I'll go fucking balls deep immediately. Right. Yes.
Before we do that, because it's New Year's week as well, I've got another drink for us.
Oh shit.
A wee bottle of Prosecco.
A wee bottle of Prosecco. What's your New Year's resolution then? Do you have one yet?
I did the same New Year's resolution. Well, pretty much every year, I'd like lose weight and shit like that. But it won't fucking happen. What's yours?
Get up to a green belt now, all right?
I would imagine a green belt was quite.
See, Elliot did that when he was like, "Oh, my blue belt now," and I'm just like,
"Oh yeah, I saw that."
Well, a blue belt used to be like I'm higher than that.
Is a blue belt not the second one?
No. Mine's used to go. Mine's used to go. But mine's is karate. I don't know if it's different and fucking thing. So it was white, red, yellow, green, blue, purple, brown, black. Shoto.
Wait a minute. Right. We can't go straight into the film. You are 4 levels away from being a black belt.
I'm 1 level away. I'm higher than that. Elliot's talking about being a blue belt.
So what
I'm like, I got.
You're a brown belt in karate.
I actually technically was the one before the brown because I left like the week before doing the brown kata, the exams. They're called kata. There's like a dance for shit.
Fuck off. You're a high level.
No, I'm not high level.
Karate master.
I'm not a high level. This was done in Strabane. It was just a place where my parents dumped me off for a couple of years, go away.
Right. Okay.
And it was 2 to 4 on a Saturday. I missed an FA Cup final. It's the most upset I've ever been in my life.
So that kata thing that they do in Karate Kid 3 with the.
Yeah, different dances. Yeah,
they actually do that.
Yeah, you have to do like perform a whole kata. I got into 2 tournaments. And I got disqualified from both for poor technique.
Poor technique?
I hurt the person I hit with by accident in 2 separate. I punched the guy in the nose and broke his nose. You're not supposed to hit there. It's like there, you get a full point, But I just completely mishit it. It wasn't being a hard man, just really poor technique. My favorite one, though, I was fighting a purple belt. And I tried to kick him in the head. You get a full point if you get like clean contact to the head. And I was too small. And I kicked him directly in the Adam's apple. He collapsed like, and then the other semi-final had to be a final because I was disqualified and he couldn't fight on.
Shit.
So the other semi-final just became a final.
My God. I find it very, very funny that you've just been going on about how you're a karate master, but you're struggling to be strong enough to open a bottle of Prosecco.
I didn't open it. I can open it. Don't fucking run me down the fucking thing. I was like, are we opening this now? Is what I was doing.
I can't wait to do because I've wanted to do the Karate Kid as a film for a while. That'll be excellent when we do that because you've got a bit of inside knowledge.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There is no inside knowledge. The guy it's the worst ever martial arts. It's definitely the lowest. It's the crappiest.
Do you ever do the crane?
No, that's not a thing.
Is it not?
It's either not a thing. There's loads of different fucking like disciplines and all. I think I was with Shotokan or something like that. So I don't think it was that. It was no, actually no, it wasn't. I don't know if it's part of another one, but like our guy, we had to take 6 months off karate because our sensei got his head kicked in a bar. He was a Port Vale fan. I don't know why you'd be a Port Vale fan in Northern Ireland, but yeah, he got his shit rocked in a bar in Strabane.
Because he was a Port Vale fan?
Nah, I don't know if that was related. I presume.
Bloody hell.
But he basically was in the hospital for like 4 months, and we were like, this isn't really... It's not really positive for us.
Fuck.
Imagine Mr. Miyagi was like, well, I can't be there.
Yeah.
I'm in a coma.
Yeah.
Some cunt.
I'm going to see Crew Alexandra.
I'll have to see Crew Alexandra.
Right. It's Cullen's pick this week for the very last film of 2023. And you've outdone yourself, so I'll let you do the introduction.
Oh, this time is Richard Curtis. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the boy.
We're getting to a Richard Curtis film, which is Love Actually. Which is... And I've seen this about 10 times. I actually enjoy watching it. It's that shit. And it's not like... And people get upset. Some people go, I still enjoy it. It's shit in possibly every possible facet of film. Like everything. Every single character. Every scene. Every creepy little cunt in it. Every conniving little bitch. Anything is just fucked.
Yeah.
It's a horror film as well. Most of it is a horror film. Most of it is just not... I'll get into it.
Again, it's one of those... I don't hate it as much as you do. And I used to really like it. I still quite like it, right? I'm torn with this.
I've watched it.
I still
so
quite
I
like
do,
it.
I do
quite
watch
like
it.
I still get quite teary and emotional at one of the bits, right? The bit when Neeson is in the funeral of the kid's mum. That's horror. But but when you've got your own kids, you then go.
His wife died in real life before this, and I didn't give a fuck.
Well, did she not die, and then he immediately started getting into films like Taken?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like, clearly she was like, he was just trying to show off to her that he could act, and then she died, and he went, action films, baby, get me into,
But this is I know you've said it before about looking at films where beforehand you just let a film wash over you, but because we're trying to do it for this, I watched this with that kind of eye last night, and I was watching it with that kind of eye, and my wife was watching it just for pure enjoyment, and I was really starting to get on her tits.
Okay, that's
with
fair.
the amount of stuff that I would say to you. And
yes,
she was just like that.
Yeah.
I must try to enjoy this fucking film.
Yes, yeah. That does happen.
Yeah.
I've noticed it with a couple of films. It's actually, to be honest, made me like more films. I thought I'd be more critical of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it was critical of the last one, which was wild, but this one,
I genuinely don't even know where to start with it. I own it.
How about well, to make our way through this, will we stick to the arcs of each of the characters?
That was exactly what I was going to say. If we take every single
shit
character and relationship and then just dissect everyone.
Yeah. Because now, which one's on your side? The one that
explain
the one that the Mongo brother keeps getting their cock blocked, or would you want to start with?
Start with because it's not a huge plot. It is just a shitload of people's lives intertwined around.
And I
Christmas.
hate that they intertwine. I hate everything about them. Which fucking one do you want to start with?
See, I normally like that Pulp Fiction style thing where
you don't fucking
stories.
dare.
No, of course not. Stories. Before we do start, and
like Night on Earth,
we'll press our 9/11 klaxon.
The inside job.
That's what it should be. Because the one we're going to record for the wee horny guy is just going to be me going, "You dirty bastard."
Yeah.
And because we've not done wee horny guy for a while, and I reckon every single person in this film is a wee horny guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But before we start, the voice, I completely forgot that it started like this with footage of real people meeting their loved ones. Now, I don't even know if Curtis had permission to film these people, but it's people meeting loved ones at the airport. Maybe they've not seen them for years, maybe they're estranged, maybe they're saying goodbye to folk, and he's filming them like some weirdo. And then Hugh Grant comes over with a voiceover about love and how love is all around us and how love is actually everywhere. And then out of the blue that I completely forgot about, because I'm like that, do you know what, it's quite saccharine, it's quite cheesy, but at least it's making a point. I get it. Love is all around if you look at it, if you look for it. But then, out of the blue, he just goes, when 2 planes hit the Twin Towers in 9/11 in America, I'm fairly certain none of the phone calls were of revenge or hatred. They were all about love. And I was like, who edited this fucking thing?
That's so good.
Why that line makes no sense whatsoever.
It just reminds me of you've seen the Shane Gillis sketch?
Yes. Oh God, it's so funny. Yeah, it's good.
I'll fucking wear you out.
It's so funny.
That's so. Yeah, that really takes you off. Do you know a lot of rom-coms, English-based, really love and mentioning 9/11 or having a 9/11 involved?
Do they?
Well, I'd love actually that weird one with fucking another Colin Firth one. Remember Me?
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
I mean, I don't think we can comment at all on anyone overly using mentions of 9/11. I'm fairly certain we could do the Jungle Book and we'd end up talking about fucking 9/11. So.
Yeah. In fairness,
right. What relationship would you like to start with? What character?
Right. Let me start with the Prime Minister.
Right. Arguably the main character. I would say, of the film.
That's what I was trying to think here.
Yeah.
Right? So the entire premise is Tory MP falls in love with working girl.
Is he a Tory?
He's a fucking Tory. He
acts like a.
He might be an Ed Miliband type who's basically a Tory.
I had a feeling. I had an inkling he was based on Blair.
Oh yeah. So banging chicks and war crimes.
But that kind of like, hey, I'm the kid. Just call me Toad, and that kind of fucking.
Just call me Toad.
That kind of shit. Geography teacher type.
Fucking right. So this film ages as well so badly. Most of this film is age. What fucking year is this? Like 2004? I'm gonna guess.
2003.
Around that anyway. Right. So
2003.
His entire thing is like, I'm a bit. I'm a bit of a, look, call me miss. Fucking like, I'm trying to make a guy a normal person, but really, like, if they filmed the camera any 5 seconds, they're like, you know what, just get that Chinese family out of that house.
Yeah, he's not a.
It's not a sympathetic character.
Hugh Grant playing Hugh Grant, and thank God, like Hugh Grant is. Like
somewhat likable,
class.
yes.
Like in The Gentleman,
he's brilliant.
Hugh Grant is class. In Paddington 2, Hugh Grant is fucking class.
Yeah.
I like Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Can never say.
I like Four Weddings and a Funeral. I hate Notting Hill. Notting Hill is probably my least favourite film in the entire world.
I just don't think a lot of Irish people. I don't watch them.
No,
because too English. It's like this film. It's like Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
And Chicken Run.
Yeah, there's nothing that you.
I'm like, I have nothing to this.
Yeah.
Your package in England.
I get the same with The Commitments.
I get it.
The Commitments and In the Name of the Father.
Whoa, now we're talking about a film.
But yeah, he's Hugh Grant being what Hugh Grant was at this stage of his career.
Yes, and you know what? He's fine in it. He's probably one of the better just general actors and all this type of shit. But like, do you know, like he's been here just like it just when you're watching it and going like, who thought this is only English people, royal family lovers would find the story of a British PM going like, oh. Look at this, not that fat. Look at this chunky working girl. What a romance here. What a romance we're going to get into here. Like, it's like basically like let's sink those dinghies.
Yeah.
Puts down the phone. He's like, can you get that big one in here? The plumpy. Is that what her parents call it?
It's fucking insane. Even
and her is like, oh, she's normal. She's working class. She can't stop swearing. I'm like, what kind of a fucking shit character is this?
Even Amy had to admit last night,
yeah,
this is quite embarrassing because she's not fat.
She's not
at all. I mean, literally, Martine McCutcheon isn't fat in the slightest.
Yeah.
But it's not just her, because you could almost understand it when she says when he asks her. First of all, when he finds out she's from the dodgy end of what is it like Walthamstow, Wandsworth or something like that. And he said, so have you got a boyfriend, 3 illegitimate children? And you're like, what? The fuck you? And then she says, which if they'd left it at that, you'd go, right, fair enough, the guy sounds a prick. She says, oh no, my boyfriend split up with me because he reckons I'm getting too fat, and he kept saying I've got chunky thighs and all this kind of stuff. And then you'd go, right, that's fine. But then her parents call her Plumpy.
Yeah, the dad goes, oh, Plumpy. No, don't call her Plumpy.
And Hugh Grant's, I'm assuming, main
Assistance.
advisor, yeah, says, oh, you mean the fat girl?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, she's got quite a considerable arse or stuff, and you're just like, what are you talking about? What madness?
I know.
Would you? And you know what the worst thing is? And the part of that whole storyline that I didn't get the most is, fucking American president shows up, right? Clearly sexually assaults her, essentially. And what does he do? He sacks her. That's the storyline.
He does nothing there.
He does nothing
when
there.
He sees it happening.
He sees it happening. Hurt deeply, of course. He goes out, and apparently it's the hero part where he goes out and he completely goes, well, you know what? Fuck the American president. And everybody's clapping, going like, oh, the Union Jack. And I'm like, that's never happened. You've been dangling off every American president's cock for years. So you can't pan this off as like, Britain's Britain. You've never done this in your life.
This is 6 years after Britain followed, or not even 6 years, 4 or 5 years after Britain followed America into an illegal war with Iraq. And Hugh Grant standing up because...
And then you're like, okay, so he's standing up for her and he stares at her, right? And then the next scene is him going, anyway, get rid of her.
Yeah.
I can't be having my bitches getting raped around here. Is basically what he did. And then the turnaround of the story is, God, do you remember that chick? The fat chick that I got sacked for being molested. Gotta miss her.
Yeah.
And this is passed off as some sort of like, oh, this is lovely.
It's the way when he goes to try and find her at the end, he's made out to be some kind of knight in shining armour.
Oh, he's knocking on all the doors.
Aye. And then he fucking ruins the kid. He ruins the kid's nativity play because he gets caught largely fucking goosing her behind the fucking
Martin's
curtains.
been goosed.
And first of all, the tabloids would lose their fucking mind at that.
Yeah.
Right? And also, what HR department is this where you've got one of your employees getting felt up by the American president, then loses their job because of that, then is basically sexually exploited by the Prime Minister?
Yes.
I mean, as I'm saying this, it probably does happen all the time.
Yes,
but,
yeah. But it's just the fact that but it happens all the time. At least that's not the least that's it. But it's a bad thing, and it's kind of like, it's because they played Christmas music over it. You're meant much like most of this film. They played Christmas music over absolute horror shows, and then they went, "Oh, it's nice." Do you know, like knocking on the door to like, "Are you the prime minister?" Most of them are like, imagine you open the door to fucking, my fucking grand died.
Exactly.
She couldn't. She'd froze to death because you're fucking.
Hey, Rishi Sunak.
Anyway,
standing on a step ladder.
No, excuse
me. Trying to knock your door.
Oh, that. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a great criticism. I'm trying to bang a fat girl.
Yeah.
Not that fat, but
yeah.
It's not fun at all.
I appreciate there's a cost of living crisis. Not in our fucking house.
Yeah.
Oh, blah, blah,
yeah. Working class, they're all horsing in it. You can't stop swearing this bitch. I love her. I'm like, aye, what a too shite shallow.
And the way they make him goofy and forgivable is first of all, he says a hilarious wee quip about Margaret Thatcher on the wall where he calls her a saucy minx.
Yeah.
That's British humour.
Right.
And then when he dances to
Jump,
and that's supposed to be the thing where you go, well, listen, let's just forget the fact that he's having a hugely inappropriate relationship with one of his staff as the most powerful man in the country.
Jesus Christ! The more you think about it, like, the saucy minx stuff. The saucy. Well, she is the saucy. She is a bit of a. Well, she's currently dangling off the devil's cock, isn't she? Being burned alive, wrote history. But as we speak, but yes.
Can I tell you something? Sorry, very very quickly, because it's Billy Bob Thornton that plays the American president, who I think he's probably the best person in the film. But I need to tell you something very, very quickly for you about Billy Bob Thornton, because I remember we were talking, me and Amy, my wife, we were talking about him one day, and she was like, who's that guy? Who's that guy that he's in Love Actually, plays the president. What's his name? Who's that guy? He was married to Angelina Jolie. What's his name? Bobby Joe Johnson. And I was like, how did you manage to get all three names wrong? That's like a talent. Like,
It's so right and so wrong.
Bobby Joe Johnson.
Bobby Joe Johnson. Bobby Joe Johnson sounds like a guy you'd see. He reminds me of he'd be like C6 Steve. Plays a Castrol can that he made a guitar out of. Bobby Joe Johnson. We're gonna have to burn.
But yes, as a story arc,
What a fucking
abysmal.
shite, right? Yeah, the assistants, everybody just seems to love fat, like proper, like they're like, that's this fucking cow.
My jaw dropped when he said, just one thing, that girl Natalie, and she goes, "What, the fat one?" That's how she refers to her. That's her boss.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fat one.
You fucking, the big fucker there.
Right.
Who do I have to remember when he's sitting there chatting in the thing? He's like, who do I have to get? Who
How do I have to screw to get a cup of tea and a biscuit round here?
Yeah, who do you have to fuck here to get a Kimberly? Who do you have to fucking ransack? The fact that he comes into the president looking at her going like, fuck me, you got some fucking fat talent around here. Was essentially which is essentially what the film is kind of saying.
It's incredible that they've managed to create essentially Johnson and Trump.
Yeah.
17 years before they ever came into power.
Do you know another fucking thing that I noticed, right? When they get revealed, so they have a wee schmooch behind the old thing, and the curtains open. But the thing is it during the scenes where she's singing? We'll get to her, the girl's singing.
Yeah.
But she goes, "All I want for Christmas is you," and they turn. And the spotlight hits where they are, the music things, and the curtains open. It's just them two, and I'm just like, what was supposed to be there?
Exactly. Because God, yeah.
the whole nativity scene turned and went, and then it opens up and it's this thing. They're like, and I'm like, well, who was supposed to be there? Because they weren't there.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because if it was like another fucking, I don't know, if it was like the local gospel choir, they're like, here, what the fuck? Get out of here, man. This is about to open.
Yeah.
Nobody was there.
Yeah.
They were just winging it.
The production value on that nativity is, how does it go from being the shitest nativity where there's people with massive fish heads, lobsters, octopuses, to then having a gospel choir and a full band?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's the ones that it's just do you know as well, when they're doing like this, like, this is the country of sorry.
Oh God, yeah.
This is the country of Churchill, and I go, terrible start. Yeah. This is possibly the worst possible start. Yeah. This is a German doing it. Wait, this is the country of Bratwurst, Hitler. Yeah. You're like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
But that is twee. That's exactly like the Margaret Thatcher line. It's twee English humour.
Oh.
Where he goes, this is the country of Winston Churchill, William Shakespeare, David Beckham's right foot, David Beckham's left foot. And then everyone goes, Radio 4 fucking comedy.
Yeah, real. Yeah. It is realistic though that they did leave an American president for 12 seconds and he did rape someone. that was in fairness, they did nail that head on. I have so many notes because I don't want to miss parts of thing. Let me see if I've got any more about this cunt, because I thought that was the one that was more like straight off the bat going like, this is fucking English people. This is English people putting a little bow on an absolute nightmare and passing it off as British. We're very polite.
Just so we're not talking about all English people here. We are talking about Richard Curtis film English people here.
I'm talking about all English.
Right, you are talking about all English.
No. I am actually genuinely talking about Richard Curtis English people, mad royal family people.
Yeah, that's exactly who we're talking about. We're talking about home counties, fucking
people that are impressed by beef eaters.
Yeah. Twee
Like
Wanks.
that twee, yeah. It's that type of fuck.
The only beef eater I'm impressed by is when you can get a pint and a Sunday roast.
Yes.
Right, next.
Which cunt is next?
I'm gonna go.
You choose next.
Right, let's do one apiece. Right, let's go Neeson next. Right.
Yeah.
So Neeson.
Love Neeson. My favorite.
Love Neeson.
My favorite racist.
Yeah, love Liam Neeson. Right. His wife's died.
Yeah.
He has sole custody of her child. He's a stepdad, right? Fair enough. I don't know.
Is he a stepdad?
He's only a stepdad.
I didn't know this.
He's not the kid's dad. He's not the kid's actual dad. No idea. Never find out.
Okay.
Right. So she dies at the start. It's quite sad. There's nothing wrong. Like, and the funeral's quite sad when they play Bay City Rollers.
That was funny.
The wee kids
That was funny.
is obviously devastated, right? And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand that could have been handled so much better because that is a difficult situation. If you're a stepdad, the kid's mother's died. You don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to deal with your own grief. You don't know what the hell's going on in the kid's head. He's not coming down from his room. Then, right, so up until this point, Liam Neeson's whole story arc has been fine, right? You go, right, this is very understandable, very sad story. What I'm assuming, I don't know, is he related to Emma Thompson?
I think that it kind of said they were brother and sister. It kind
Right.
of alluded or their
Aye.
family.
Right. So he's talking to her about the fact that the kids, I can't remember the kid's name, Sam. He's talking about the fact that Sam won't come down from his room and he's worried about what's going on in his head. And then, quite naturally, he just breaks down in the kitchen and starts crying.
Yeah.
Her reaction is to say, people don't like sissies. Stop crying or else no one will ever want to shag you again.
Yeah.
This is the day after his wife's funeral. The day after his sister is going, fucking man up or you'll never get your hole again.
Do you know the first time that's right, the first time she rings.
Yeah. She barely get time to speak to him.
Yeah, it says like, oh, how are you? Yeah, that's how, no, before that, to let you know that his wife's died, it's him on the phone before the funeral, and it's her going like, well, how's things? Obviously, your wife has just died.
Yeah.
What an insane thing you would just, it's just a way to tell the audience that his wife's died. But like, you would never do that. It's such badly delivered.
No characters. This is what I mean. Like, when people go on about, like, I don't, like, Richard Curtis, did no one else look at this script? Because it is the worst character development. It's the worst character motivation because every single
Yes.
character, because I noticed this very early on when I was watching it last night.
Yeah.
And I checked for it. Every single character in this film's motivation is getting a shag. Literally every single one
Shag, actually.
is just trying to get their hole. Even in that moment, she says, stop grieving or you'll never get shagged again.
Yeah.
Who the fuck says that?
Yeah.
Who says that a year after your wife's died, let alone 24 hours? Who says to the question, I am really worried about this child that I now have sole guardianship of.
Yeah.
And is probably going through the most traumatic thing he will ever go on.
Yeah.
Fucking watch yourself or you'll never get your dick wet again.
I've got a couple of my friends coming to the funeral, and you better not cry. Because they're ready to suckle. They're ready to suckle Irish dick.
Yeah. And then Neeson gets progressively worse because it turns out the kid's obsessed with this girl at school.
Yeah.
And he encourages this behaviour. He encourages the basic behaviour of what you need to do is take all the grief you feel for your mum dying and put it all into essentially stalking this girl.
Turn it into horniness.
But the way he speaks to him.
I know they're trying to do a thing where they're like, oh, what a cool little open relationship. It's overly normal, but I'm just like, this is a literal nightmare. Because he actually just sets him up for an absolute disaster.
At one point, the kid says to him, oh, I've not asked you about your love life. Again, mere days after the mum's been put in the ground.
Have you been tag teaming any horrors?
I've not been asking. And then he goes on about, well, obviously your mum was the one unless Claudia Schiffer comes into my life, which inexplicably she fucking does at the end.
As not Claudia Schiffer. She comes as someone else's mother.
And just a maw at the school.
You can't say Claudia Schiffer's alive and then go, right, so Claudia Schiffer's alive in this world.
Yeah.
And then present Claudia Schiffer as someone else's ma.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it like this is supposed to be, this is just a Claudia Schiffer doppelganger?
This is getting mentioned at some point in the film. The fact that there's a ma at the school that looks like fuck. There's no ma at my kid's school that looks like fucking Claudia Schiffer. If there's a Claudia Schiffer cutting about at the nativity play, nobody's watching the fucking nativity. They're going, fucking hell, that hot ma that is, right?
Claudia shirtlifter.
He's sitting there. He says, unless Claudia Schiffer comes in, and he says, the kid says, I'll make sure. What if I'm in the house? Liam Neeson calls him a motherless mongrel. a week after the kid's seen his mother put in the ground, a motherless mongrel, and says, oh no, you'll need to get out there because we'll be doing it everywhere, including, we'll be shagging. He says, we'll be shagging everywhere, including your room.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Social services are taking him away immediately.
Yeah. Oh, there's suspension in your race car bed because it's getting fucking
hell.
It's getting fucking cum drenched.
Like, I do get that idea of that needs to be a cool relationship.
It's not.
Come on.
It's not. I'm going to be hammering. This kid's like 8 or 7. I don't know. The kid's really young.
The kid is young. Yeah.
I'm going to be.
It's
hammering.
weird how he pursues. You know what? They could have made it quite nice that he just has a crush on this girl, but he's intense. He's like that. This is
Intense
the worst
weirdo.
thing that's
He
ever
was
happened
incelly.
to me. He was incelly. And also, on a side point that's nothing to do with romance, how the fuck does he go from... Because he starts to learn the drums because she's a really good singer and she's doing a solo of Mariah Carey at the Nativity.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the band because rock stars get women.
Yeah.
So he goes, I'm going to learn how to play the drums. Liam Neeson, you see these hilarious shots where he's can't sleep because the kid's shite at the drums and just banging away. It says 1 week to go until the nativity. So this is 1 week till Christmas. The nativity's on Christmas Eve. So this is 6 days. 6 days before, the kid's still... Concert comes, he's fucking doing fills.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he become so good at the drum?
John Bonham.
How did he become Keith Moon in 6 fucking days?
That's love, Mark. Love can make you. You
Oh.
see, man. I tried to impress a girl with a tin whistle once.
A flute.
I was I was fucking Luke Kelly in 2 days. I was fucking right under the Dubliners. By the way, you said there about that 1 week to go. The film starts with 5 weeks to go, and I was like, "Fuck off, November."
That's November. Yeah, exactly.
It's closer to fucking Halloween.
Exactly. Oh, I'll get to Halloween
You fucking-
later on.
Yeah,
Liam takes it. So they do the performance. She still doesn't notice him. So Liam Neeson then goes, "Well, you're just gonna have to fucking tell her you're well into her." And he says, "Well, I can't because she's flying." Who books a flight for that time?
Yes.
Like who's got the biggest performance of her life so far? And then, so what you tell me this nativity ran exactly to time? Nothing went wrong with you've got a gospel choir, you've got kids that can't fucking get their costumes, you've got a kid probably pissed themselves backstage because they're nervous.
The Prime Minister's turned up finger blasts.
Right? And this is run so to time that they can immediately get in a taxi because they've got a flight within the hour.
You're moving out of here.
And then, so he says, right, she'll be leaving from Heathrow. They don't know where she's going.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere. It could be anywhere in America.
Yeah.
Right? But let's get to Heathrow, right? I know a shortcut, right?
Oh, yeah, he says that. Why do you know a shortcut?
Aye. And also, it's not a shortcut because you get there about 20 minutes after them. Because by that point, they've already dropped their bags off, checked in, and are at security. So what fucking shortcut? What was this a shortcut via Watford, you cunt? What the...
It's just like, oh God, like, yeah. Do you know what he's crying? He's crying as well during the funeral. That's fine. Mm-hmm. It was his wife, but it reminded me. I got tagged out carrying the coffin at my grand's funeral because I was clearly struggling.
What with the weight? She was a fat woman.
I genuinely, she's buried on like a hill, like the grave isn't quite like a steep.
Right.
And I was on the front left, and I remember going like, I'm gonna drop her. This is like someone clearly saw me. It's the most emasculating thing that's ever happened to me. Because I can't remember who it was. It might have been an uncle or something. Just went before we got the thing. Like he just went. He looked at me like Mourinho does when you fuck up an absolute.
That's amazing.
Tammy Abraham had a shiter in Rome. He just went substitution. Right, just
that is wonderful.
stand there like a fucking thing. I'll do it. This is a man's job. And then I had to stand there like this, going like, yeah, I nearly dropped dead granny.
I know why your grand's built on a hill.
Oh, why is that?
So they could run the spunk out of it.
For fuck's sake. Like a drain into the
Oh
river.
God, that may be the worst thing we've said. In this
Dragged out of the this has been a long running bit about my grandmother. Yes.
Right. So when they get to the airport,
Yes.
right now again we'll bring 9/11 into this. This is post 9/11, right? So security still.
Yeah.
This is 2 years. 2 years after 9/11.
Yeah.
Right. So security is still going to be tight as fuck. Yet this kid somehow manages to get past about 3 different gates without a ticket.
Yeah.
Right? And then we'll lead to the thing that you showed me earlier on, which blew my mind.
Okay. So I presume you've seen this film or know what we're talking about. He basically jumps through all the security, right? That's the part of the film, finds the girl at the gate, and the police are all running after him. I saw about 2 years ago just someone going like, a tweet, just someone going, I know you think this is mental, or this looks insane. It is. This was in the film until the last second. Like he pulled it just before. He's like, no, we'll reshoot that. That seems a bit ridiculous. Go onto YouTube and type in just airport Love Actually deleted scene. For no reason, not a mention of it in the film, he does Simone Biles gymnastics.
It's insane.
He cartwheels over people. He backflips. He does. There's 2 poles randomly in the airport, so he can do at the exact height. You can do the the
vertical bars.
Vertical bars. Yeah.
He performs a gymnastics routine
For about 2 minutes over.
at one point, because I get it, right? It's weird when he jumps over the security guard. He could have just leapfrog him. That's what kids would do. Leapfrog him. For some reason, he does a tumble.
Yeah.
Right? Don't know why, but that in the film you'll have seen, that's it. In the deleted scene, he gets through that. Then at one of the gates where it's just people sitting waiting to get called for their flight.
Yeah, and those seats that are facing each other.
He could just run, for some reason, cartwheels, and then backflips all the way past them.
Which would slow you down. The guards would.
Yeah.
The guards would be like, oh great, thank God the guy's doing cartwheels. We can catch him now.
And then he does, and then there's 2 where he gets cornered by about 15 of them.
What you said though was,
Oh yeah.
the legs when the cartwheel is clearly a man, like a 6 foot.
Not even a small man, a 6 foot gymnast is doing these stunts.
When he does the thing, you're like, okay, this is clearly just a dude now doing cartwheels. Seriously, you need to watch this.
The kid gains about 1.5 feet in the cartwheel, and then
So
the vertical
badly
bars come. And put the 2 bars there, right? Jump down, swing on one, grab the other, jump down. Why does he need to? He does 3 turns and then a backflip onto the other bar.
The man's
One's scoring this.
the boy's trying to get laid.
But she's not even watching this.
I know.
I'm like, do you know when people go on about Tarantino?
Yeah.
Where, particularly like in Once Upon a Time in America, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where they go, what Tarantino needs is, because since his regular editor died, folk have gone, Tarantino's films are too long now, and he needs someone to sit there going, you don't need this bit.
Yeah.
At least with the things they're saying is normally Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio just talking the best dialogue that you've seen written.
Yeah.
When Richard Curtis isn't told to cut things out, you get this. You get a kid becoming a giant.
Yes.
Doing tumbles in front of confused passengers.
Yeah. He would have been shot immediately.
He would.
And he'd cave his little head in.
And none of them would have kept their jobs.
And
How the fuck are you going to stop a terrorist if you can't stop a 10-year-old
Yeah.
tumbler?
And Liam Neeson would go to jail for literally making him do the whole
Yeah.
thing. Oh, he's just trying to say goodbye.
Yeah.
They drop him out too. Remember when he gets out
Aye.
and they're just like,
I know. Don't you do that again, you
you're
fuck
fucking
off.
But yeah, he'd be on the news. They'd be like, yeah,
Right.
we let up an 8-year-old.
That's them done.
Let me see. Now,
Maybe not.
Let me see. I have to go. I want to make sure. Look, I have who the fuck goes to America after a school play an hour of. I've got that. I've got the extra scene. I got the thing. I need to cover these because I wrote more notes for this than anything I've ever, you know what I mean? I've ever done. The octopus, the nativity scene, was stupid. No, I think we're
That's
done.
not as stupid as you.
Why?
Like as I told you before, I told you in Cara when I arrived.
Yeah.
My kids did a Christmas play the other day. This wasn't to do with the school; it was a wee drama group they go to, and they were allowed to make up their own play.
Yeah.
And for their Christmas play, my son played a boy who was half human, half pizza box.
Yeah.
Who played for Bayern Munich.
Oh.
So mental characters in kids' plays isn't out of the ordinary.
You made me play Judas. I said that the last time.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not going to be part of this. Yeah, no, I think I'm done with this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, you pick the next one.
Right. I think the next one I'm going to choose is the worst character.
I think I know who you mean.
The worst character. A good actor. Sometimes.
Lincoln. Andrew Lincoln. Are you talking
No.
about? No?
No, I want to keep that. That's the
Oh, right. That's the pièce de résistance.
Yes, that's the humdinger.
You're not talking about the guy from My Family, are you?
What's my family?
Or Colin Firth are you talking about?
No. I'm talking about Bill Nighy.
Oh, okay.
Sickening my shit with that shit character.
Yeah.
I fucking hated that character.
Yeah.
More than anything in this world. It was a shite attempt at like fucking, I don't know, Johnny Rotten or something.
I'm assuming they're trying to make him out to be him or like Ozzy or something like that.
Ozzy, Johnny Rotten, someone sold used to be whatever, sold their soul, just doing
Yeah.
Christmas things. Hey, like a lot of people do. It should have been an actual relatable character.
Yeah.
But it was just full of, I think it's terrible casting. He's
Yeah.
too good of an actor. And
That's
he's a,
right, you're
he's
right,
a good
actually,
actor
yeah.
and he's a good comedy actor.
Yeah.
And he's great in most things he does. See that there? That was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
It was just like, what another shite story arc. A guy that is used to be thing. He's a bit of a cunt. Everyone finds him funny, even though the only thing he seems to do is like, oh, I play the guitar naked. Little punk as fuck. And then goes, oh, the only person who's been around with me is my fat agent.
Yeah. Who's Ramsey Nesbitt?
Who's Ramsey Nesbitt, or my fucking fat agents around here. And then basically going like, well, you're the guy that you're doing all this hand movement. You're the guy that I actually love.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Go fucking do coke with Elton John.
Yeah.
Or what? Do normal. Bring him because he's your fucking agent.
Why is he not getting an invite to Elton John's party?
You stupid fucking cunt. None of this is realistic.
Nah.
It's a fucking nightmare. They kept they kept thinking he's funny, and then it was like and none of it was funny. It was shit. I hated that more than most.
The cameos that Ant Decker in it at one point, and then Blue got a mention,
Yeah.
and then he shows his cock. He shoves his cock in Michael Parkinson's face.
What was that?
And this is never ever mentioned again.
Rubbed his balls
Oh,
and Parkinson's face.
yeah. But I mean, he is the comic relief behind it all. He doesn't have a huge amount to do. He is just, and then
Such shite.
he does a
comic
cover of the. I mean, that's quite realistic. The fact that they would just release a shite Christmassy up cover of.
I felt like it
What
should have
was the
been
song
really.
from
It
Full
should have been.
Weddings?
It should have been. It should have been realistic. It should have been possibly the best character, is
Yeah.
the way I'll say it. Because it is realistic in some way. You know, like John Lydon,
Yeah.
or Johnny Rotten now, he's trying to be Irish, you know that?
Yeah.
Trying to do Ireland's Eurovision songs.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah,
keep like,
yeah.
oh, send in the turkey. Things have gone like, but like,
There's another bit that's very unrealistic is when he goes on to the local radio show with a man we know very well, Marcus Brigstock.
yeah.
Marcus Brigstock is the radio DJ, and then
Yeah.
he asks him about the single that he's released, and he basically, in a moment of honesty, says, "Look, it's just a cash in. We all know it's a rubbish song.
Yeah.
But the true meaning of Christmas is if you want to give an old timer another chance, then
Yeah.
And then he says, "Thanks so much for that unlikely moment of actually answering a question honestly." And he's like, "Oh, ask me whatever you want." And then, this is breakfast radio. Marcus Brigstock says to him, "Who's your best ever shag?" What? At 9 a.m. in the morning? What?
It'd be great if he went the Olsen twins.
Because
Because back then it would have been
Britney
proper.
Spears.
Yeah. Is that what he said?
He says Britney Spears. And he goes, "Wow." And he goes, "Oh, no, I'm only joking. She was rubbish."
Oh, it's so fucked. You know what? I look now at, Britney, and I feel like, we can probably agree that we probably made a mistake freeing Britney. But, because I'm sitting there going like, that's disgusting, that conservative shit. There should not be making money off her. Now I see her like, juggling knives in her underwear. And I'm like,
it's
okay.
tragic,
Per Britney, right? But... like there's a lot of people like Pop World and English especially treated her like, America did too, but English TV treated her like shit. Like for her entire career. Then she tried to do anything. It was like, fucking shit actress, show your tits. Fucking nightmare. In this, she's been ripped. Pop World, Simon Amstel made her cry. That was funny, but also, I can see why she had one of the most spectacular breakdowns.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry for old Britney.
Yeah.
Just love Britney. Didn't we all?
Right.
I'm trying to think of anyone else here that, like, that we had any fucked. I think we're all right.
Nye. We're done with Nye.
I just think that his was fucking shite. It was just it was just a crap fucking.
Yeah.
It should have been a worthwhile story. It should have been the most relatable of all of the stories.
Yeah.
Even though he's the one that's meant to be unrelatable, he's the superstar. I was like, no, that's the one we can get behind. And all of that fucking thing, you know what I mean? I've got one there, but Hugh Grant saying like, "Get me a car on Christmas Eve." He's like, "I need to get my hole." Like people are like, "Are you kidding, man? I want to go back to my family." It's
It's taxpayers' money.
Taxpayers' money. Yeah. Bill Nye. I don't think there's too much to say about. I thought that his was boring and shite.
Yeah.
I'm keeping the good ones.
And listen, I like Nye. I like Gregor
Good
Fisher.
actor.
Who plays the manager? Gregor
Yeah,
Fisher.
good
Great
actor.
Scottish actor.
Good actor. Yeah, both of them good actors. Yeah.
Right, the next couple I'm going to go on that probably folk might have forgotten about, but it's a bizarre characters, are Martin Freeman, and I think it is her name Julia Davis.
Don't know her. No.
Martin Freeman, who
That's not Julie Davis is the comedy actress that was in Four Lions, is it?
that's what I thought. That's who I thought this was. We'll check.
My God, that looks. It looks like her. Keep going there. Yeah.
So I thought when I first saw this, they were extras in films.
Yeah.
But they're not. They are stand-ins for when they are obviously lighting scenes.
Yeah. It's not her. It's
not
because
her.
Joanna Page. They look.
Joanna Page,
They look similar. Julie Davis is.
So they're just stand-ins, which I imagine I don't know. I've never worked on film, but I imagine those things exist for blocking out the scenes and lighting and all that kind of stuff. There will be people that come in and stand in. I don't think they are used as quite as much as they are used. But what fucking film are they making?
Yeah.
Because I assume for massive Hollywood films, for an Oppenheimer or a Barbie, there will be people that will come in and say, "Margot Robbie will be standing there and moving there. Can you do that so we can see how to move the camera and how to light it?" I don't imagine your average porn film is employing stand-ins.
Yes.
For the scenes.
Yes.
But every single scene they do involves them in different arrays. At one point, she's sucking him off.
Yeah.
At one point, he's shagging her from behind against a pillar. At one point, she's sitting in his face.
Yeah.
There is so much unnecessary nudity in this that is questionable for Richard Curtis.
It is, yeah. There's loads.
There's no need for her to get her tits out at the start.
Yeah.
No need whatsoever. There is absolutely no need for Laura Linney to get her tits out before she speaks to her disabled brother.
Yeah.
No need whatsoever for her tits to come out there. At no point did she need to. But they're characters who are basically stand-ins for porn scenes
Yeah.
and then end up going out. He asks her out. They have a holiday romance and then are engaged at the end or are married.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean, how every character's motivation is when so it turns out he's pals with other people, because at the end it turns out, oh fuck, they all know each other. Loads of different people that you never knew each other, all know each other. He turns up at the end, she's going, oh, got the ring.
Yeah,
we're off on honeymoon. Yeah. His parting line is, maybe I'll get a shag now.
Yeah.
There's not one person in this film that does anything without the sole purpose and goal of getting their end away.
It is. I think every character's shite. Every story arc is even worse, because it's every story arc is basically involves of something horrible, and it's bowed up.
Yeah.
With a little fucking Christmas bow going like thing, and every time I'm just like, this is a literal living hell. Yeah. Most of these people, I don't even know where to go with half of it.
Nobody's likable.
Nobody's likable.
Emma Thompson.
It's possibly the only normal person in it that doesn't do anything, and then she's the fucking victim.
I'd say her and Martine McCutcheon are the only two
Martine McCutcheon,
normal people in the whole film.
Oh, fuck.
Well, not even Emma Thompson. No, I'm not giving Thompson, because she did that thing in Neeson at the start where stop acting like a sissy. So she's an arsehole as well.
I hated the fact that
Martine McCutcheon, the only working class person in the whole film, is the only decent one.
Yeah. And they also made her look at her. Look at the bumbling Phil.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, did I say that? Yeah. Oh, shit. I'm like, God, fuck me. Like,
but the porn, that's all I have to say.
I forgot about the porn sign.
They are forgettable characters, but it's just
that
bizarre.
Doesn't go anywhere. He just asked her out.
They don't need to be in it. They do not need to be in it.
Just asked her to be in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's not a nice guy in real life.
Martin Freeman?
Nah.
Is he not?
No, he's some shit. Punching his kids and all in the head and weird
Jesus
shit. yeah, there's a lot of. All allegations go check out Martin Freeman. Is oddly, for a guy that you'd be like, God.
The Office,
yeah, he couldn't be doing much. Well, I don't really like the UK Office, to be honest, but him, yeah. So like, it's quite funny. That was a waste of time. That was weird. Yeah, try and get the lighting. Can you rub her tits? And I go, that would be nothing to do with the lighting. Yeah, that's nice. Could you just keep massaging her tits there? And he's just, the thing. He's like, what would this be doing?
Can you take her top? First of all they're doing is seeing where to position cameras, right? She doesn't need to take her top off. He certainly doesn't need to grab them. And the guy certainly doesn't need to go, could you massage them a bit?
Yeah. Rub them counterclockwise, please.
At no point is anyone sitting there on set saying to Richard Curtis, this is fucking weird.
It is. Yeah.
What you're asking these people to do is fucking weird.
I'll get into, we'll even choose the next. Another unnecessary scene is the girl that's trying to seduce Alan Rickman also changes into her lingerie for a scene for no reason.
No.
There's a scene.
Twice you see her in lingerie.
And one of them, she just gets changed in between two scenes, shows you her in her underwear, and then just skips on. No, it was no... the only thing, I was sitting there trying to think, what's he doing here? Other than perving, kind of, right? And the only thing I can think about was it was after the Christmas party and she's wearing lingerie. So is it, they're trying to say that she was wearing lingerie in the full hope of whatever. Is that probably what it is?
Probably. But
I mean, it didn't come across. It just looked like a random scene in the middle.
There's no need for her to just get undressed for bed.
Aye.
No need. And there's certainly no need for when she tries on the necklace that he buys her to do it topless.
No
need whatsoever. She could have done it in a dress at her work.
Yeah,
she could have done it as she was leaving to go out for a night. Just wear a dress on, just wear a neck, put on the thing, go. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Why she's in there in a push-up bra?
We're sounding very. We're sounding very touchy about nudity.
No, we're not.
But we're not.
We are not. We are
like when we were watching Flight, we were like, fucking great.
Yeah.
People naked. It fitted.
It did fit because that's who the character is. They're both coked up.
Great.
They were both coked up and still pissed. Of course they would have fallen asleep naked. And they were probably still horny in the morning. There's no need for it. Literally no need.
She ruined Mesut Ozil for me. She looks like Mesut Ozil. Like,
Oh, what a reference.
she looks like Mesut Ozil. Her birthday, banging a sweet
My God.
banging a lovely assist on the left foot.
wonderful.
Nothing to do with fucking.
Shit, right, so let's just do
They're next, right? They're next, right?
So-
Emma Thompson, nice woman.
Horrible,
This is
horrible story.
This is a horrible story with no redemption. None, right? I'm going to boil this down to 5 sentences. We'll go into each scene. They're a married family with kids. He works in an office. There's a young secretary, younger than him anyway, who starts like being outrageously weird and creepy and overly top flirty.
Not just flirtatious.
Just shit on weirdly, over the top.
Like when at one point when he's saying he's booking I asked her to book the Christmas party. I can't remember the line she does, but she then just basically just opens her legs like that and just stares at him, like opens them wide.
Aye.
Like there's no seduction or anything.
I don't think.
It's just blatant.
Yeah.
There's my fanny.
Yeah, seduction would actually be them closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And, like,
crossing her legs.
Crossing her legs like this.
Fucking aye. Like yeah.
Like this.
Not
like you.
But like a Sharon Stone Basic Instinct kind of way. Not just fucking legs akimbo.
You want
straight in it. Aye.
You want a bit of that snip? Yeah.
Snape.
Want a bit of that snip? This is Hans Gruber's origin story. That made me enjoy it.
She is so forward.
Aye.
Like, and very, very quickly.
What are you getting me, you cunt?
Aye, she's like...
Like, he didn't say that.
He's like, well, are you going to get it? Are you going to get me anything?
Aye, for
And
it.
she says, I thought I'll let you know you can have whatever you want. Literally. Do you know what made me laugh? Right?
Oh, yeah.
At the Christmas party, she turns up as the devil. Is no one having a fucking word with her there? Again, this is weeks after Halloween. You're turning up to a Christmas party dressed as the fucking devil.
I never copped that. I thought I copped everything in this fucking movie.
And then she whispers to her. He says, "Oh, that's what made you wear that outfit tonight?" And she whispers in his ear, "It's all for you." And then I turned to him and went, Damien.
That's right. Yeah. To come back. It's all for you. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. Do you know what would have been worse? Which I would have liked to, if I had Curtis's job, what I would have changed about her storyline is, do you know Emma Thompson? So it's genuinely harrowing. Mm-hmm. He buys her a necklace. Emma Thompson, his wife, finds the necklace before Christmas and thinks it's going to be for her, and it breaks. That's a good scene. Heartbreaking scene. She opens up the Christmas present, and it's not the necklace. It's like
it's a Joni Mitchell CD.
It's a Crocodile Dundee DVD, right?
No, it's Crocodile Dundee 2.
Crocodile Dundee 2 CD, and she's like, "Where?" She's bought the necklace, so she knows, right? Devastating. And, she does a weird thing where she goes up to her bedroom and cries, like.
No, I imagine that's what would happen because the kids were there. So she needs to, yeah. That's realistic.
Yeah, it is actually, but I find it funny. And so that all happens, right? But it'd be way worse. It'd be so much. I found out something that would be worse than the necklace. What she found? If she found like some sort of mad sex toy, like a proper invasive, powerful dildo. And she went, "Oh my God."
Just some kind of probe.
And she's excited about it. That's even worse. She's like, "Oh my God, fuck me. You know what, Alan, I didn't think Rickman, I didn't think you had it in you. But I agree. We've been married a long time, spicily." And then she opens...
Then she opens Cards Against Humanity.
She opens a Cards Against Humanity. And all she is thinking, not some girl he's bought a necklace, it's like, he is power fucking.
Oh my God, that's funny.
She is drilling. He is out there. He's out there,
Oh my, that would have been
Mrs.
amazing.
McGonagall's fucking tied up in leather straps, blowing her fucking muck everywhere.
Oh, God.
That would have been so much worse than the necklace. The only thing I tried to think of, how would this be worse? I like catastrophizing.
Why did she stay with them?
So the worst thing about this,
even at the end, they're clear because he's clearly been on business. So I'm assuming she still works for the company. So is Emma Thompson now just accepting that he's banging this lassie? He doesn't even say sorry, really. He just goes, well, I've
No,
been a fool.
he
haven't
did.
I?"
That's the worst part. And this is the thing I remembered most about this film. That old... I think this is like an English thing. Right? Excuse my bias here. In Scotland or in Ireland, if they found out that, she's like, oh, what have you found that he bought a necklace to hang? There'll be a whole fight or a thing or a fucking thing. He goes, oh, but I've been but a fool. And I'm like, what the fuck's that? And then he goes, oh, I've been a fool. And then he fucks off. And then there's no redemption in this. He fucks off. And then the last scene, he just turns up at the airport and she's like, I was glad to have you back.
Yeah.
I'm like, there was nothing. There wasn't even like an attempt to like fix the marriage. It looked like he just went on 2 weeks.
I know.
He went to Blackpool for 2 weeks to
In
sort
that-
his head out
in that
and came
same,
back out.
In that same scenario, I genuinely think Amy would stab me directly in the heart.
Exactly. But
Immediately.
I mean,
And quite rightly so.
oh, Amy, I've been but a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, get letter.
Oh, you're a fucking dead fool now.
Yeah.
So, aye.
Oh, I've been like he said it like he'd forgot to post something for her.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been but a fool.
Yeah.
I've left
She'd
her-
asked him to pick up, because she'd run out of cloves.
Yeah,
for fucking
yeah.
Christmas dinner. Oh, I've been such a tit. Oh,
I knew a
God.
way.
What
he
am I
could-
like?
I knew a lie he could have got out of it for.
Right.
Right. She's like, so what would you do if you found out your husband bought a necklace? And he goes, oh no, I stole that. And she goes, what? How'd you steal that? And he goes, well, I had to afford the Joni Mitchell CD.
Oh.
I mean, you just steal the Joni Mitchell CD.
Yeah.
But
But then she'd also go, you're not the head of an ad company. You can't afford a Joni Mitchell. Like, I know this is mid 2000s when CDs were still quite expensive. But
this is two CDs. This has got B, C sides. You don't want to miss that. This is Joni Mitchell.
Oh.
That's the only way I think he could have possibly got out. She'd need to be rating stupid, though.
Oh, God.
Right. But yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty much that fucking
horrible story.
Yeah.
Next, because I think the two big ones are the last two.
Is it the last two? Yes.
The very quickly one
Yeah.
is the gormless prick that goes to America.
Yeah.
What is that?
Shit.
Colin.
Shit. Was it their attempt of American Pie kind of?
I don't know. But for fuck's sake.
Oh, my case is full of condoms. Buy them out there.
Aye.
They have them in
I know.
America.
And they're good actresses
Fucking
that they get in. Like Alicia Cuthbert,
Is that it?
January
Yeah.
Jones, Shannon Elizabeth from... I mean, I'm saying good actresses. I'm thinking, as if I'm like rhyming off Meryl Streep and Charlize Theron.
All the big hitters. Tara
Denise
Reid.
Richards.
I meant not like all the greatest women actors.
But
January Jones.
so he,
Shannon Elizabeth.
the entire time he kicks about with a job where he basically pervs on every single woman he meets.
Hi.
And
Creep.
And the reasoning he has...
Julia Davis, isn't it?
She is.
She's
She tries.
She's the different. She's.
Yes, she's the caterer.
I fucking
When he
forgot.
slags off her food.
This is she is in the
Yes,
film.
she is.
Fucking hell! Jeez, God, that only hit me there.
So after he's tried it on with every woman he meets, and none of them are interested in him because he's a tit.
Yeah.
His reasoning to his pal is, well, this fucking English women, so uptight.
Yeah.
The equivalent of going into a bar and not hitting on anyone and going, fucking a lot of lesbians in here
Yeah,
tonight,
yeah.
isn't there? Oh, it must be lesbian night.
Yeah.
So his reason is, the only reason...
Oh yeah, English women famously uptight.
Yeah, the only reason I'm not getting my hole here is because I'm in the wrong country.
Yes,
So
I enjoy that
books a
level.
trip to Wisconsin.
Yeah, never really explains he did it. It even would have been funny if he just took a random. He even said, "I did a random. I don't know where I'm going."
Yeah, he lands in
Wisconsin.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And then the guy says to the taxi driver, take me to a bar. What kind of bar? Any fucking bar. Just take me to an American bar. Yeah. And he goes in. To be fair, it does look like an American bar. Looks shit. Looks like could have taken him to the Gremlins bar.
Yeah.
He goes, take a Budweiser.
Who's this girl?
Immediately a prick. If you're going in there, there's other beers in America.
Yeah.
You don't need to order a Budweiser. It's the worst beer in the world.
Possibly the worst beer. It's my
Yeah.
least favorite beer.
And then he says, he's talking to, and then the girl goes, my God, are you English?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah.
Nobody.
And then she go, oh, and then literally falls apart, and then.
But I've never heard of this. I've heard of Scottish, Irish. I've never heard of anyone.
Of course they
nobody's gaff. Like nobody's fucking ovulating this in
And
English accent. Even a couple of people have that weird fetish like Prince Harry shit. But
even I imagine Irish is probably better. Even as Scottish accents, this idea that you can go abroad, particularly America, with an accent and immediately just have to dodge women is ridiculous.
It was unbelievable, man. I couldn't get out of it.
You were homeless.
I was homeless. Didn't get laid once in America.
But yeah, so he keeps, and they increasingly get hotter as well. Like the one he meets at the bar is good looking, and then January Jones. Then Cuthbert comes in like the fucking
Holy Grail.
Cameron Diaz coming into the bank in the mask in slow motion, looking stunning, and she loves the American guys the most.
Yeah.
And then
I've got one about Alicia Cuthbert. By the way, thing. I used to have like somewhat of a crush on her when I was not
24,
not before. Was she in 24? I don't remember at 24.
Jack Bauer's daughter.
No, I'm way before this. I'm talking about when I was 8 years old. Alicia Cuthbert was one of the kids in a lot of episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark Around the Fire. They dropped the and the sparks.
Did not know that.
Alicia Cuthbert was one of the kids.
There you go.
She must have been about 15 and I was like 8 going, I'm not afraid of the dark.
Fucking buy her a carton of milk.
I'll buy her a carton of milk. Semi-skimmed.
But
just
then,
like you like it.
So this gormless twat hasn't even booked accommodation, right? It's Christmas, right? I don't know what Airbnb's like in Milwaukee, but I can't imagine you're getting anything. So this pricks. So then they go, you can come back to ours. And the way they make it sound is as if they live in the fucking flat in train spotting. Like, we can't afford heating. And then it turns out it's actually quite a nice house that they have. Yeah. And then they go, oh yeah, you have to share a bed with us. And because we can't afford pajamas, so we just have to sleep in the net.
Aye.
And then...
That's because you're spending all your money drinking at this bar.
And then you go, you're all wearing fur coats, for fuck's sake. Why are you not wearing them in bed? You chilly bitches.
You chilly bitches?
And then they go, oh, but you'll have to stay with fucking Chantel or whatever. And oh God, of course, she's always been considered the sexy one.
Yeah.
And then while he's up the stairs, fucking ramming it on in a foursome, you see some other stripper-style fucking country and western singer coming up with boots on, a cowboy hat, fucking shaking her arse. So she's the fourth one that's going to get...
Is that outside the house?
That's how she's walking up to the house.
I missed her.
And then...
I know the scene. I was too busy looking at that. I never seen her.
When he comes back, I'm assuming that's Shannon Elizabeth, because then when he turns up at the airport at the end... He's with her. She's got a cowboy hat on. So she's like that. Oh. There's a chick from American Pie. So he's obviously banging her now. And then she goes, I hope you don't mind. I brought my sister. Fucking Denise Richards piles in and then just starts getting off with his pal.
And he's sitting there going, I can't believe this worked. It's offensive to everyone. Women, dudes, English and American.
Yeah.
A shit storyline. One that would never happen. Wasn't funny. The guy looks like a creepy Scooby-Doo character. He looks like he looks like all of the Scooby-Doo people if they all just merged into one.
If he walked into a bar and started pulling that kind of shit, the local lad... Are you telling me there's not local lads in Milwaukee, which is quite a hard-arsed city? You're not telling me there's not local lads that have been trying it on with those 4 girls every single night, and they see this backpacked prick come in. They're not leathering the fuck out of him.
Yeah, that's a foursome, but it's not really. You give him a hand job and he'll wake up in the bath covered nice. And
it looks like a biker bar, for fuck's sake. Are you telling me there's not Sons of Anarchy coming in and murdering him that night?
Just a group of 10s hanging about. I just have a note here saying, where the fuck's my fucking coat? Fuck. There's a scene where he's shouting for a coat, no? Because I just wrote Meatloaf, just reminded me of Will Ferrell and the Meatloaf. But I'll skip that. Yeah.
Two.
Oh, the one that not Shannon Elizabeth, January Jones or whatever goes. And a fucking Christian too.
When they're getting out the same words.
Oh fuck.
How do you say this? How do you say this? Bottle. It's the same fucking word, you wank.
Yeah.
Table.
We said we have only one more. We actually have
Two.
Three.
Three. Oh.
I'll bring up the next one.
Right.
Because it's quick and boring. Because again, not one of these is good. It is Colin Firth trying to bang the Portuguese.
I thought that was one of the big ones for me.
We have yet to do Andrew Lincoln.
Yes,
And we have yet to do Laura Linney's.
Oh God, so we do.
So right. So which one next?
Very, very quickly, another character, Rowan Atkinson. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Shite character. Fuck off. The way they try and make it out as if he was in cahoots with Liam Neeson at the end. If that guy's doing that at the shop, fuck off. Prick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Firth.
Colin Firth's story is what he's got. Like he had this. It starts off he's this girlfriend, proper fit, sitting in there, and then what? He comes back one day and she's just cheating on him.
And he's with his brother.
With his brother.
His brother. His brother, who, when Colin Firth turns up at the house with all the gifts at the end before he flies to Portugal, the fucking brother's there. At no point is this not broken down the family? The fact that Colin Firth's wife is pretending to be ill and then pumping his brother like a fucking Carry On film, by the way, because she says, "Oh, come on, big boy, I want to do you at least twice before he gets home."
That's right.
Are you telling me that mum and dad are just welcoming him back for Christmas dinner with open arms, knowing that Firth is coming with gifts?
Well, we've got both my sons come hanging out of you right now. Get in there. Tuck into the pig and blankets.
So yeah, he walks in. She's pumping the brother. He is a writer, clearly. So he's obviously got this writing retreat in France. So he goes there for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And he can tell he's a writer because he wears roll neck jumpers and he's got a fucking typewriter. Right? Why he's writing still on a typewriter?
Yeah.
That's no wonder she fucking cheated on you. You fucking caveman.
Couldn't sleep with hear you think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck
you analog prick.
I swear to God. See if he winds up an alarm clock one more time, I'm gonna fuck his entire family. I'm gonna fuck his dad. If that cunt still has a Tamagotchi. Oh, she goes, this is whoever. She's Portuguese, and he goes, Eusebio.
My God.
Eusebio. It's not even like, I understand that he's a big Portuguese person, but I don't know if you could just.
I know.
Portuguese.
I know.
Eusebio. I'm from
Ronaldo.
Scotland. I'm from Scotland. Oh, Stephen Naismith. No, it's not. It's not the same.
That his story. Why she? This is again Curtis being a very, very pervy man. When she accidentally blows his entire manuscript in the river and jumps in afterwards. When she's stripping off to jump in for it, it's the only time in the film where it goes into slow motion. Why?
Aye. So
why is she stripping to slow motion?
It was another shit. And by the way, I've seen the film enough, but the one I watched this weekend didn't have subtitles for what she was saying. I remember.
Mine neither.
I remember what she was. I remember the bits because they were like basically always talking about something completely different. Yeah. I remember that, but whatever. When I watched, I was just watching it, going. Did you watch it on like an illegal stream?
No.
I did. Yeah, because it wasn't on any of the usuals.
You had to pay for it.
And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Yeah. So you might have got the same streamer as I. I
kind of remember what the.
I do. I remember all the shit. It was
a lot of cross language.
Yeah, you guys, stupid shit, you know.
And so he ends up falling in love with her, even though they can't speak English, and he's remarkably older than her as well.
Yeah.
Then goes home, learns Portuguese. Learns a hell of a lot more Portuguese than she fucking learned English. She clearly wasn't as into it as he
Yeah,
was, because she basically just goes, my answer would be yes.
Yes. I take Tik Tok.
Yeah.
I want.
I like you, bookman.
I want green card.
That's what I remembered from the subtitles. When he turns up and meets her dad.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, I'm here to see your daughter. And he calls out the hilariously less attractive daughter. And he was like, fuck no, the other one, the hot one. Right? He then takes him, and then she calls in all the villagers. And then they go down to the restaurant she works in. They think he is basically buying her. He asks the dad
Like
for
dowry.
her hand in marriage.
Yeah.
She's essentially getting married into slavery.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
dad is totally cool with this.
That's old fashioned. I feel like he's doing that old fashioned. That happened in fucking Ireland, like dowry shit. Like, yeah, he's the man for you. Like, I don't like him. He owns. He's got road frontage. He's got a farm.
Oh,
Get in there, horse it into you, love.
oh.
I don't know if there's. I've got too much to say to him. Shite one, that was just shite. Yeah,
I think it is.
It
It is just shite because he's obviously dealt a bad hand. I don't think it's particularly as pervy as other people have made out. I think
No, not really.
He's
It's fine.
just a guy that's
Yeah.
his wife's
He's a
just
writer.
cheated on him. Aye,
He's a writer. It's a book thing.
he learns Portuguese within a week.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the viral video recently of the guy getting married to the Korean girl. You've seen that?
No,
Dude get married to a Korean woman, and over the 7 years they were together, he never told her, but the entire time he's learned Korean. So when he got into his fucking thing, he did the whole speech in Korean, and the father and the whole family and wife's fucking losing
that's
it.
amazing. Like that's
He
a
played
proper
long
baller
game,
move. Like
long
aye.
game.
That's
Nailed it. Take them years.
That's a shagger move. That,
Smashing
like,
a
aye.
Korean, and the father came up in the middle and shook his hand. They're like, this man
Oh yes.
this man can plow forever. yeah, but
Right. Laura Linney
Yeah.
and the incredibly handsome designer dude.
hi.
It's just a sad story.
This is just one of the worst. Again, the story is the main meaning from that story is disabled people are cock blockers.
Right, that might be the worst thing we've ever said in this podcast.
That's not. I didn't fucking say it. That is what the entire arc of that story was.
It is.
Her life is being ruined because her brother is disabled.
Yeah. I'm assuming the parents are dead.
Yes.
And he's
and he's left.
And they've moved to England,
But-
I'm assuming for her job, and she's
But she hints at look, there's disabled people in my family and stuff like that. You know me. But they don't, and I understand there's times where frustration comes out and whatever. But there's a whole way through that she doesn't really clearly want anything. She just kind of goes, he's a fucking.
I know. I feel like the guy, the look of guttedness on the guy when he's sitting there just in his boxers, ripped, and then the brother phones again, and he just goes, for fuck's sake.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
Like he tries to have a quick go. We just don't answer it, and then oh god,
Nothing worse though when your brother, you're trying to get laid and your brother rings you going, can you get the Pope on the phone? It's like, I can't.
for the Pope.
Get the Pope on the phone. I'm like, you've never met a disabled person. Richard, Mr. Curtis, you have met up. Is that what you think they do? Just like, give me the Pope.
Oh god.
I want to finger Denzel Washington. That's not
Oh
what they
my
do.
god.
And yeah, she basically, and then, do you know, it's terrible. But then she goes to visit him, and he goes to hit her, and like a forearm smash.
I don't think there's any need for that bit. Like,
There's no need for it.
Need to make
no,
him violent
I understand that is a thing that happens. But it's, and I, you know what? I wouldn't say it's not necessary because it's realistic, I suppose, right? But again, there's no actual redemption arc.
No.
What is it? She just basically goes, and then gets sad, cries her eyes out, visits her brother, gets on with her brother because it's her brother, hugs him, and then she kind of like.
Well, they say goodnight to each other on Christmas Eve, her and the hot guy. And then you go, well, they're never going to give us a chance. You would think they would go, even in his part, maybe she just said, no, this is never going to happen. But you'd think they'd give it another bash.
You would, yeah.
Like
If it's
Hogmanay,
real.
they'd kind of go, let's try this again.
See what happens.
Like, let's fill this fucking
yeah.
cock block full of sleeping pills one night, knock the cunt out. He's a big bastard as well.
Oh, yeah.
He would have leathered her.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That,
he's superhuman
the
strong.
the guy that was working there looked at the edge of the door like, I'll stay
Oh,
here.
he was fucking huge, the brother.
Yeah, he's like, this fucker. He's. I mean, like, I sadly did laugh my arse off at that. Yeah, it's odd seeing Laura Linney as well. Like, not just like
I really like Laura Linney.
Yeah. She's a good actress, and it was really. It's funny that I've never seen her gaslighting her kids
Yeah.
about where she makes her money. That's basically her whole thing now.
Right, but the last one before we go.
This is the last one.
Because I don't
right?
know how long I've done, but I sadly have to go and talk to Richie from 5.
Oh God, yeah, we've done an hour and 20 again. This
is the big one, and this is one of the creepiest storylines in any film ever.
Again, very quickly. Keira Knightley marries a dude. What do you call him? He's a good actor. I can't remember pronounce his name.
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Is that, I don't know.
I feel like you're way off.
Huge apologies if I've said it.
Yeah, he's in fucking 12 years. Unbelievable actor. He is. Them two are married.
An unbelievable actor who gets about 3 lines in this.
Oh
entire
yeah,
film.
possibly the best of. Well, like Billy. There's Billy Bob Thornton. Alan Rickman's a good actor, obviously, and there is people in it. But like a massive actor, he gets 3 lines. He's just a little bitch bun.
Yeah.
He marries thing. We find out that Andrew Lincoln took me years to
Marries
find out.
Keira Knightley, by the way, who's 17 in this film.
Yes, I know.
They're both in their mid-30s.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, easily.
Because there is this thing where her... Because I remember seeing
It's
this...
not too far. Walking Dead starts about 2 years later.
Yeah.
And he's in his 30s at least
Yeah.
in that.
Oh, aye. Because there was a thing, I couldn't remember it, and I was telling Amy last night, I was like, well, do you know that apparently, like, Keira Knightley in that film and the wee kid, Liam Neeson's kid, there's only like 5 months apart. And she was like, right, don't say that because you'll make a fucking arse of yourself. It's about 5 years. And it is 5 years.
Oh, right, okay.
I mean, he is about 12, but she is 17. And looks weird.
Yeah, it does.
Like, she looks really weird. She smiles bizarrely. She looks like Skeletor half the fucking time. She's given nothing to do.
Her thing is just stand around looking pretty.
Yeah.
Child.
Yeah.
Andrew Lincoln is basically the best man, isn't he? And he's also the wedding filmer, which is
No, he's not. He's not the official one. He's just filming it as I'm assuming
sorry,
like
yeah.
a backup because she then says,
Oh, they all turned out turquoise
wait,
or
yeah,
some
we got the bit that they got the colours wrong. Did you manage to get any good stuff?
Yes.
And he says no, and then he goes, well, maybe.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
says I've probably taped over it. I can't find all this kind of shit.
Do you know during the wedding, by the way, when everyone starts breaking out into a song, like all of a
All
sudden
You Need Is
jumping
Love,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's about 100 people at the wedding, and at least 65 of them are in the band. Yeah. She didn't turn around and go, I don't know this many people. Who are all these people?
Absolutely.
She turned. Once the trumpet players are beside her,
Yeah.
she goes, "Oh, the guy right beside the whole of them just going."
Why is there a man where the priest would normally do his sermon on a Sunday with an electric guitar? Why is he up at the fucking pulpit thing? But you're absolutely right. I thought that immediately. How are you not looking around going, I don't recognise any cunt
Yeah. Who
We
the fuck?
invited 40 people and there's 260 in this room. How is this?
And a lot of them have boxes with them. A lot of them have cases with them. Hey,
Why has that guy got a metronome?
and a lot of the songs in her, I'll tell you about that bit now, but when he comes out, all the songs are so out of date too. There's like Dido is playing the whole way through.
Oh, it's dated. Fuck Sugar Babes are...
Yeah, Sugar Babes and Dido. But right, that's it. Like, how do I not know this? 90% of the crowd was just not people she knew. She asks, first of all, what happens is she asks to see his tape to see if she's got any stuff. And this creepy bastard, best man, his best man, he's been sitting there like zooming in.
He has made a wank bank. He's made a live wank bank of just footage of her, zoomed in as far as what I can imagine a camera at that time would
Let me
go.
see those pores. Let me see those kitty pores. Like he's zooming right into her face. Half of them are like. And it takes her a while. It's all of me.
Yeah.
Imagine the last scene was it just cuts into him wanking in the bath. And he's like, no, sorry. I don't know why I filmed that part. I don't know why you filmed any of it.
Just under the toilet stall.
Oh, God. Jesus. That's so fucking...
Just her taking a shit in her wedding dress.
Oh, God. Oh, that's so fucked. Him breaking into her house, looking for her kids' videos. Christmas 82. Like stealing them. Is this... he really left nothing for the imagination. He was quite funny, in fairness, at acting completely demoralized when he refused to even look at her, just like this.
Yeah.
When will this end?
He's a weird guy anyway. The fucking art gallery he runs is just pictures. There's a big massive painting of a pair of tits with Santa hats on them.
This is art.
And 4 dudes' arses. Just like...
This is art, you pieces of shit.
And
it's not the Rick Grimes I would have known. He would have stabbed that. He would have stabbed his best man for her.
You would have thought that would creep her out enough to stop that. But then we get... which is arguably the most famous and beloved scene in the whole film, where he turns up with half of fucking Ryman's stationery, a pad's worth of cards.
He turns up at his best mate's house
While he's in,
while they're both in, cuddling up for Christmas, knocks on the door. Proceeds to show her cards saying, I'll always love you essentially, but blah, blah, blah. I just need to get off my chest. Walks off, and then she comes out and kisses him. Also mental, right?
Yep.
So this is actually this is an actual horror scene, right? This is a straight up horror scene. First of all, what a terrible idea, right? Because number one, there's 2 things that should have happened, not what happened. First of all, he knocks on the door, she opens up, and she goes, oh, and his card's not up already. Going, say it's Carol Singers. So he goes, and then he goes, so the first thing is like, knocks the door. What would happen if they went, opens the door, goes, oh, Jerry!
Aye.
And he goes, hey, he's here and he's got loads of cardboard. Can I see what's on the cardboard bit? No. Also, who is it? Carol Singers. Oh, great.
yeah,
Let me come and see the Carol Singers.
exactly.
How did you know he was like the only thing that'll not get him out of his chair?
It's so cruel because there's the assumption they would be kids carol singers probably collecting for a local school. His assumption is tell them to fuck off and give them some money. Like
And then he does all the fucking thing. I love you, until you're old and wrinkly like this. And she's like, oh. and then he fucks off, starts walking. Dido's ringing out again. And then she runs back out of the house. So she must have come out, sat and goes, actually, hold on.
Aye.
And run out. He was like,
really
why
nice.
is she running after their Carol Singers? And runs out and fucking kisses him in the street and goes, as if like it's as if anything that he did especially was any way near nice, acceptable, unromantic. The reason why I was acting a cunt is because I loved you.
And then after she kisses him, he goes, right, that's enough. That's enough. Right? There's no way that's enough. The guy is a stalker. He's a psychopathic stalker. So that's not going to be the end of it.
That's enough.
That's not the end of it. She's dying. He's murdering her.
Yeah.
He's either murdering him, murdering her, or murdering himself.
Yeah.
And no way is that going to be enough. And also, is that never getting mentioned ever again? There's never going to be a night out with the 3 of them where they get a bit too drunk, or she goes, that fucking thing, that weird thing you did with the fucking cards.
Yeah.
Remember that time you'd spent an entire day that we'd invited you to, paid for you to be there, and you spent an entire day zooming in on my face.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so funny though if he did come to the door. What's on the cards, Andrew? What's on the nothing? Nothing. It's for something else.
Imagine he had to then pretend it was for him. So suddenly now, and then the guy went, fuck, I've always felt that way about you. I thought we were just pals. So now he's in a gay relationship he never wanted to be in, just to save face. And then she's got like What? But the video thing, are you into both of us? He's like, yeah, basically.
So can we get it? We can be a throuple. Just to get to her, even though he is quite clearly not gay.
Oh my God. That'd be incredible.
That's a horror story, all of that.
I would have respect.
It's Carol Singers. Oh, what? Carol from work. Sorry. That's so stupid.
Oh God. Oh, right. I'm afraid I really need to go. I'm so sorry.
No, we've done enough.
Aye.
There is more, but you could go on about hours for this. Fuck this film.
What a film, man, though. Honest to God. Like,
Fuck this
that
shit.
is- Jesus Christ. Right, I'm going to grab, if you fill in quickly and just tell everyone, like, the reviews and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to
yes.
grab quickly what we've got for the first week.
Oh shit, you've got one for the next week. Yeah, thank you very, very much for obviously following us and all that shit and all the 5-star reviews. Mark's on tour for next year, so make sure you look at those tickets. They'll be on his Twitter and all that carry on. And blah blah blah. Keep fucking telling people about it, because some people I think sometimes don't look at it because they're like, it's a film podcast, but really you don't really need to know that much about film.
all the tour stuff, it's all there. Starting Belfast, Limelight, Coughlin's and Collins or Coughlin's
In Cork?
Aye.
That's a nice wee room.
Yeah,
I love that wee room.
And then Whelan's in
Coughlin's.
Dublin. So yeah, go get them. Thank you so much for sticking with us this year. I don't think either of us really knew how quickly this would actually build, but
Yeah.
we're very, very pleased with it.
Yes.
So appreciate that. Appreciate all the other podcast folk that have helped us and given us shout outs, like Sloss Humphreys, Rob Thomas, Wozniak, the Dead Meat Boys, Have a Word, all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Vittorio. Thank you for all of them that have retweeted all our shit. But yeah, cheers. It's been a blast, and we're only going to be doing bigger and bigger things in the new year. And Happy New Year to everyone. I have decided, as it's mine, I thought I was going to let it randomly go, but then I thought, let's just
start with.
nail it for the first one.
Okay.
So, for the first week in January, for the first Absolute Cuts of 2024, we will be doing RoboCop.
Excellent. Excellent. I've got a story about RoboCop.
Excellent stuff.
It was about the first time I saw it.
Wonderful.
It involved me being shot.
Oh, yes.
So, continue.
Yes. Right. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope 2024 brings you absolutely everything you ever wished for. We'll be back.
I just like to say I don't wish that on anyone.
No, I'm the nice one in the whole.
You're not the nice one.
I am.
You're not the fucking nice
And
one.
that's how bad you
You're
are.
like
I'm
that.
the nice one of this podcast.
Both beasts. Prosecco's.
Right. Happy New Year. Thanks so much. We'll see you in 2024. Cheers.